What's up, everybody? How's it going? Austin Practical, Practical LA Performance, coming at you live. It's Wednesday. It's a beautiful freaking day. Just going through the motions, getting things done. Uh, my mentorship program starts tomorrow, so I'm really excited for that. It's going to kick my ass in the best way possible. It's one of those things where it's like, if you're not like, leveling up yourself and working on yourself to be the best version of yourself, especially as a coach, how can you expect like your clients to like, do the same thing? And so, holding myself accountable and to a higher standard, um, you know, like I expect my clients to do that, it just makes sense. And it would be kind of, hypocritical or contradictory to not do that. If, I was a part of something and wasn't, going all in with it, how can I expect, my clients to do the same thing? So, that being said, let's jump into today's topic. Today's topic is going to be about, the concept of, because I've heard it before, like from a lot of people. They're like, fitness is just isn't for me. Like I've tried that, I didn't like it, and because of that, I just never, got back into it, kind of thing. And so, I come from, kind of the mindset that you know, especially for people that have been in that scenario and have lived that and done that and been there and tried it and didn't like it, that it's like, where do you go from there? Like, if you're somebody that tried working out for a couple weeks, and you just weren't feeling it, it's like, how do you find your niche? How do you find your like the thing that can get you to continue with that, and continue to try and pursue a fitness journey, even if it's not in the standard sense of the matter, like being in the gym or something like that. And so that's kind of where I'm coming from with this, is that a lot of people think that like fitness just isn't for them, or that they're just like stuck, or that they'll never get in shape because they don't like it. And it's like, it's one of those things, like, so I'm going to go over a couple of things here, but like, the first thing is just like, maybe you don't actually like hate fitness or like eating healthier necessarily, but maybe you just did it like the wrong way for you, for yourself. Maybe you're trying to live like somebody else's fitness journey, like like that you've seen, and you're like, like I want to be like them. But then when the kind of comes to it, it just wasn't a right fit. And I think that's kind of where you need to be at. Up here is, yeah, I didn't, I don't know, I didn't like to work out at the gym 5 days a week doing bodybuilding bro splits. Fitness just isn't for me. But instead, maybe you would really love yoga, or maybe you would really love CrossFit, or maybe you'd really love powerlifting, or freaking bocce ball, or like tennis, or badminton, or baseball, or football, or there's so many options, or maybe jogging or running or doing marathons. Like there's so many things out there that fall under the umbrella of like what's considered a fitness journey. Like maybe you just haven't tried enough things yet. It kind of goes along like the same line of thinking, as to like with like dieting, or like a nutrition plan. Like so many people are like, I just can't lose weight, and like it just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't fit into my lifestyle. And it's like, yeah, you just like answered your own question, like why, as to why it's not working for you, is because it's not fitting into your lifestyle. And so you need to find what does fit in your lifestyle and what is sustainable for you. And that goes for your fitness journey just as much as it goes for the nutrition side of things. Just because, you tried like, whatever, diet like Atkins or keto or paleo or, carnivore, and that didn't work for you, doesn't mean that the other like 10 to 300 billion other fad diets that are out there aren't going to work for you, just because you just haven't found your like niche yet. You haven't found what like, fits your lifestyle and what makes you happiest. And so that's what it kind of comes down to. It's not that you hate fitness, or that you don't like it, or that it's not something that's for you. It's that you just haven't like put yourself out there enough yet, or tried enough things. You're selling yourself short, and you're like stopping at the first obstacle that like gets in your way. And that's a big part of that too, is just like you're not trying enough things, and you're not like, you know, you're selling yourself short and like quitting before you even really start. And so, you know, that's kind of what it comes down to. It's like, you know, why, like, if there was anything, like, think of it like this. It's like if you were gonna go out to buy a car, and you go and you test drive a car, and the first car that you drive, like you didn't like it, like for whatever reason, like you didn't like the way it steered or it braked or it smelled funny or something like that, you're not gonna not ever drive a car again. You're never gonna not like buy a car. You're not gonna be like, well, shit, I guess I'm walking everywhere now. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, it's like it's one of those things where it's like, you know, we need to take a lot of these other concepts that we like follow through with in life and apply it to our fitness and our nutrition or whatever it is that you want to like pursue. Because if like I said with that car analogy that I just kind of came up with, like if you like stop and don't ever try again from a different like route or perspective or different dealership in this scenario, like, you know, you're never going to get to where you want to be, and you're going to constantly be like making like your life harder on yourself, and like I want to help you like avoid that. So, you know, don't not buy a car. Like when it comes to your fitness or nutrition journey, find a different dealership that you can like, you know, try different cars at, and then until you find one that you like that doesn't smell funny to you, or that doesn't brake too, you know, hard for you, or doesn't have like, you know, weird steering or like a weird paint color or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I hope that that's kind of like making sense and resonating, because that's, you know, that's kind of what it comes down to, is just, you know, being open to trying different things and not giving up so easily. And then the other thing too is like, you know, so many people like when they're not good at something immediately, they quit. They just like they quit and they don't like it, and because they don't like feeling uncomfortable. And like I've talked about this before, is like you got to get comfortable, like being uncomfortable. Like you got to be a little bit okay with being outside of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you're literally never gonna like you're not gonna change. Like you're just gonna stagnate. How can you expect to be getting like a different result in your life if you're not doing anything differently? At least not doing anything differently for like a long enough period of time for it to actually impact your life. So yeah. Yeah, and so then, you know, the other thing is too, it's just like, you know, and that's the other thing too, is like, you know, if you really like put like a real effort into something, like in terms of like, you know, going for like, you know, months and months. If you're doing something for like, you know, like 3 to 6 months and you're still just like, this sucks and I hate it, like then you should like reevaluate, like put a, you know, a good enough amount of time into it to actually see if you like it or not. Because it might just be that you're just, you know, not used to it, and you're not giving your body and your mind enough time to acclimate and adapt and to like transition to this new lifestyle. And that's the other thing too, is like, you know, you might have, instead of it not being for you, you might have just went too hard too fast and didn't give yourself enough time to adapt or transition. Which happen, like, you know, that's like going like, you know, the equivalent to like, you know, being like smoking like 10 packs of cigarettes a day and like trying to go cold turkey immediately. You know how many people try to do that, and how many people fail to do that? A lot. You know how many people try to do that same thing and apply that same concept to their fitness and health journey? A lot. And a lot of them fail because of that, because they're not giving themselves enough of like a transitional period of time to like ease into it, rather than just going from like 0 to 100. And so, you know, that's the other thing too, is, you know, give it enough time, and also cut yourself some slack. Like give yourself like don't beat yourself up because, you know, bodybuilding wasn't for you. Don't beat yourself up because CrossFit wasn't for you. You could still excel and love and find a passion in body or in like powerlifting or cross or like, you know, any of the other things. Like I said, like you could find a passion in tetherball, and if you're super hardcore into tetherball or something like that, you know, you can, you know, you utilize that and use that to live a healthier, happier life. And like, or like paddleboarding or something, like, and use that to like, you know, be that catalyst to get you into you know, your fitness or nutrition, like, you know, to be more on top of it. You just have to find like, you know, just because one path wasn't for you doesn't mean there aren't like 30 other paths out there that, you know, can make you happy and content and like sustainably, you know, live a healthier, happier life. So um yeah, like I said, kind of, you know, like at the end of the day, maybe that version of fitness wasn't for you, but there is definitely some form of fitness out there for you. Like, you just can't give up on it. Like, and that's the thing is, like, if you want it bad enough, like seriously, if you want it bad enough, you will make it happen one way or another. It might not be exactly like the perfect way that you want it to happen, but if you want it bad enough, you will make it a priority. People make time for the things that matter to them, and if it matters enough to you, then you'll make it happen. And that's one of those things too, is like, it might not just be the time for you. Like, everybody likes to say, like, I'll do it when the time is right. And don't let, that preparation turn into procrastination, like I've talked about in the past too. But, you know, there might be, obviously if you just got if you just, I don't know, had a baby or something, like, yeah, you might want to wait just a couple weeks to a couple months to like get your bearings kind of thing before you like start like trying to like get into CrossFit or something. But, that being said, like, if you want it bad enough, and that's the thing too, is like, there's different chapters in your life that you have to figure out for yourself. I can't tell you when that chapter is going to start. I can encourage you to start it sooner rather than later, because that's, 9 times out of 10, that's the best, way to go about it. Take action and, figure it out as you go along. But yeah, all in all though, like, don't give up. Like, there's something out there for everybody, like with anything. Like, you know you will find, if you keep pushing and keep on like working towards it, you will find something that works for you, fitness wise, and you're gonna love it, and it's gonna, be like your new favorite like hobby that, improves your life. So don't give up, keep trying, try everything. I personally, I initially got into, working out because I, really like bodybuilding and I like the concept of it. But I've dabbled in powerlifting here and there, and I really like it, for what it is, and I can respect it. And, I incorporate it into my trainings and strength training in general, just because it's, something that I enjoy. And, who knows? There might be, who knows? I might really freaking love badminton. Who knows? You never know. And maybe I should try more things. But right now, it's not a priority to me. So hope that helps. Hope that puts it into perspective, especially with that kind of car dealership sort of analogy. Hope that helps, guys. But all in all, if you like this live, hit me with give me a like if you can. Let me know what your number one takeaway was in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it. Like, what? And the question for this video too, that if you would like to answer is, what are the different, types of fitness that you've tried in the past that you didn't like? What are the types of fitness that you are doing right now that you do really like? Let me know down below. Like, give people some ideas as to what they're, what they could try. Because there's so many options out there. Like you could even, dancing. If you really want to get into dancing, like, that's extremely, taxing and physically demanding. So, there's things like that too. So that's my life for today. Don't forget, hashtag replay if you're watching this at a later time. Let me know that you saw this. Hope everybody has a great Wednesday. Talk to you later.